What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? What's the largest mammal you think you could knock out with a single punch? I asked my wife, and without hesitation she said squirrel. Better than my ex-wife's answer. Her answer would have been you. Do you miss Tammy? What are some things our parents don't know about you? r/harlop. I knew this would be a shit show when I didn't see the serious tag lol. The irony of all these hilarious answers is that you could probably use literally any of these questions on a first date and they'd most likely laugh, which by nature makes them good questions to ask, even though they are intended to be bad ones. It joke answers are meter off. Will you marry me? Yes. Wow, that was easy. I've got to try this. You can try it on me. Why are you gay using Ugandan accent? Who says I'm gay? You are gay. On our first date my husband and I did a thing where one of us switches a year, then we'd both say what we were doing in that year of our lives. It was a great way to get to know each other. I literally don't remember what I was doing this morning. Have you ever had a dream that you had to, you could, you do, you wit, you are, you could do so, you do, you could, you want, you wanted them to do you so much you could do anything? I read this shit like 4 times in a row and each time was more magical than the last. If their name is an uncommon one, make sure you ask what's the correct pronunciation. Literally the first thing I said to my husband on our first date was hello, followed by a butchered attempt to say his name. He replied, what did you just call me? And up until that moment, I had never before felt the urge to jump into the nearby creek in mid-February. Mayo, what's his name though? Bob. Pronounced Xahawker. Favorite dinosaur? Triceratops, specifically blue ones. Which vegetable offends you the most? Stephen Hawking. That vegetable is serving as fertilizer nowadays. I'm going to hell just reading these comments. Which side were you rooting for in WW2? Dating a 90-year-old? Silver chaser. Do you have any outstanding warrants? Lol, a bounty hunter that catches bail jumpers with Tinder. Well, either I get the bounty or the booty. Either way I win. OkCupid had a really cool blog about statistics from their huge user base. The 3 questions they found were best predictors for compatibility. 1. Do you like scary movies? 2. Have you ever traveled alone in another country? 3. Wouldn't it be fun to chuck it all and live on a sailboat? If you agree on those 3, you're likeliest to succeed. This sounds interesting. Can you please share the link to the article? I take it you're trying to date and are nervous? Honestly, there is no rule book questions you should really abide to. Just get to talking. Start off with small talk openers like where did you go to school? Where do you work? Do you like this and that? Eventually you'll get around to talking about hobbies/experiences. You can tatter off and then talk about your own experiences and just ping pong off of each other. Eventually you get a pretty good feel of that person as genuine or fake. That's how most conversations start sounding natural with a good flow. Of course, if you get somebody that sees you and finds you butt ugly, then you won't get any responses at all, and any questions you ask would lead to no information about them. That's great advice. Thank you. We've known each other for a little while now, and I just wanted to get some ideas in case the conversation stopped. Definitely nervous though. If it stops, it stops. You can't really force it. There'll be awkward pauses and moments here and there, but you know how you read about a couple meeting, and they just spend hours talking non-stop, and feel like the evening has passed without noticing it? Well, that's what you want. Either that or you're both awkward and quiet, then just go home and smash. Instructions unclear. Brought them home, and we played Smash Brothers. Been together over a year now though, so that could be really good advice to the right person. What was your first pet's name? What was your second grade teacher's name? What was the make and model of your first car? What is the name of the road you grew up on? What city were you born in? Then read all their emails and DMs. Good way to get to know someone. If you had to choose any 8 characters, numerical, uppercase, lowercase, and special included, what would they be? Hunter 2. Wit. You would choose 7 asterisks. What do you like doing in your free time? I never asked about people's jobs. I didn't really care how they got their money. I cared how they got their excitement and passion. Joke's on you, my answer is work more. Cries in employment. Lots of hypothetical situation questions. I find they help you understand how they think and prioritize their lives. Egg. If you could travel anywhere in the world for W month, all expenses paid, where would you go? What would you do? Stuff like this is more fun too, even with just getting to know friends. If you could unpillage and unrape a place ravaged by Genghis Khan, which area and why? Not something Genghis Khan did, but one of his grandsons sacked and burned Baghdad in the 1200s, and the loss of that library was nearly as bad as Alexandria. Ask them who their favorite Muppet is. If they choose anyone other than Gonzo, explain why they are wrong and then leave. Norman. Animal for life. Then the rest of Electric Mayhem. The Swedish chef should really be a part of this conversation. Bork bork bork. What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? Hypothetically speaking, if you were on a first date with someone and it was going really well, would you want that person to bring up that they are down to eat ass, or would you rather wait till you ask them? Why don't you put away your phone? Ugh, I've been off the market for 20 years. That situation must be unbearable. Just recently back on the market after 12 years, and I'll say this, if they can't keep their phone down, they are not into you anyway. Move on. I'm quite addicted to my phone, so I don't bring it with me on dates. Same with me and heroin. Fun, open-ended questions that lets them talk about them a bit. Stuff like, what are your political leanings? Are you religious? What is your stance on the Armenian genocide? The what? Exactly. Your parents are about to be executed. You are given a chance to save only one of them. Which one do you choose? Bonus points if you follow up with what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Considering I only have one living, this is an easy choice. Now one of my most liked things of all time is about my deceased dad. Nice. Not sure if you want to kill your parent or save them. Does this look infected? Insert sum 41. What unresolved childhood trauma will emerge through maladaptive behaviors as we spend more time together? Girls love when I ask this. Then again, I'm a therapist. I don't know if it's good for a date, but it's fun to ask strangers, what's your favorite compliment? It gives you a lot of information, and I think it starts a conversation pretty easily. As in they used to compliment others, or that they get themselves. How many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed? Why? Can anyone give an answer on how to get a first date? Let's not put the cart before the horse. Be attractive. Ask out a single someone who finds you attractive. Be attractive. Got it. Quick follow-up. Can anyone give some advice on how to be attractive? Don't be unattractive. I'm trying to figure out how someone named I_fat_2_ can be a good judge of what is and is not attractive. Heard you were talking shit. Oh shit. You got STDs? THX for silver. Would you like some? Do you use Reddit? If they say no, you can safely say something like, oh, okay, and change the subject. But if they say yes, then you need to get up and walk away. Why do you need to ask? Can't you just see they're a fat greasy social outcast without any social skills or redeeming qualities? What a bunch of losers. Those Redditors. They'll never have a social life. A what life now?